Hello everyone, this is Zildjian Ziltor, and we are on episode 4 for the Hildibrand Manderville quest. So we're going to talk to Ellie. 8 armed and dangerous. Tara, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've got the latest scoop on the victor spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Coliseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be a big one. The Mithril Cup, sponsored by none other than Imagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Why does that sound familiar? They say that Master Firegeist will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate after all. Only. The chairman, Master Firegeist, sits on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it he could buy half the realm if he chose to. So why doesn't he? He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mithril Cup. My colleague, Gainlin, is in Ulda, covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. Blah. It's too early in the morning. Alright, so now we gotta go run over to Ulda. Gotta go run to Ulda. It might just be quicker to go to the Thaumaturge Guild. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way! And I'm running. And I'm running. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. We'll poop on you. No need to be rude, Gainlin. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise it'll be worth your while. Or I'll make it worth your while. Ooh. Ellie, if it isn't the Mithril Eye Star Reporter, come to have a laugh at Galen's expense for returning to pen your latest front page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me when the higher-ups, okay? With the higher-ups. Now let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Coliseum. Bugger all, it's a travesty, I tell you. Wow. Someone lacked imagination with character creation. Hotch, Hugh, and Hamo. Whatever is the matter? And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The 4 of you will compete for the cup together, yes? I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow. Mishap my arse, this was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my subligar, which is what they're wearing, which looks ridiculous on everyone, as always. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stinks enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin, should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Mandervilles fight as one. Okay, so you have the Mandervilles, and we have the Mandervilles. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fettle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? so I take it that these guys are all monks. Hutchin, for you, I am always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sagoli. Are they like quads or something? Or are they just 4 really ugly guys? The Mantravilles. Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Ralgar, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talks of attacks on the competitor, however. Of this I would hear more. Ah yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes. With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thieves Challenge, gladiators dropping like flies. No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be at his office within the Coliseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Uyubaya. He owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid. Come, Tara. We've got a case to crack. Yes, twin sister. Let's go. Twin. Twin sister. Let us go. With my big bow that blocks everything. Let us go. Let us go. With my big bow that blocks everything. From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means you are free to enter. Woo woo! I am Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all seeing. You know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Gar har har. Who am I to argue with free publicity? I'm from a charming little thing like yourself. Ask me, or ask away, me girl. Those clothes look a little too small on him. That said, between the challenge from that so-called phantom thief and these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, providing someone's still left to fight, that is. Yep. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took another heads off for insulting the color of his sublet. Looks like we've got ourselves another... These two aren't in the entry books. Okay, well... Oh! I'm like, where's Hildy? There he is. There's Hildy, and there's the elf. Briar. It's like a theme between those two. And now, our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Inspector Briar, as efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman eschews violence, Inspector. You were thinking, it annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Was wondering when you might ask. Master of Firegeist has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Coliseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside of Karn. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at either. But I don't care how many faces he's got, we've got nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me, and be quick about it. I have an all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't the Master Many Faces and other of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would. In battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Gar har har. Arty har har. Now where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms, or were they legs? And this guy was one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy 3/6. Because it was 3 on the Super NES, but then when they switched it over to the PSP, it was 6. You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. Inspector Hildibrand, look, he's purple. Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages, I smell a case. Oh, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturges Guild. Thaumaturs. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others when he opened his slobber mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. Anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Colosseum. And am I ever glad they did, I tell you. This job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There is only one who will claim the victor spoils, and that is me. We'll see. We will see. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who's the chump who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely little Avie? They're all looking at me like, really? Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to... Terra Nova will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Of course! Terra Nova? You do look like a Nova. Well, bugger me with a spear. To think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Colosseum. I look like a Nova. Hear that clink clink clicking? That's the sound of guild pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag on too. Show him where to sign, Ulty. With Terra, I suppose we have as good a chance as many. Now we just need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury. That gladiatrix, Avila, I guess that's how you... I don't know. Was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances of victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. Ha! I am already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Terra here safe. Let us return to Gainland and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well. I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Maybe if you weren't such a dick. I don't know. I kind of like him, though. Dick or no dick. He's pretty hot. Alright, so now we gotta go back to the front of the Coliseum. I think it's this way. Yep. You again? I've already told you that. What? Enter the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Well, I am the Warrior of Light, and I was kind of voluntold to do this. So, maybe? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So, I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. Fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilist Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? So, Pugilist Guild... It's over here. I think this is where we gotta go. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have ye? Well, you're not the first. I say, is there not a man in this entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrand Manderville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentlemen my R's, have you not a whit of delicacy? Never mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout at the top of my lungs if no one else will. That girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade, some kind of foul sorcery if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damn easy on the eye, she'd be rotting in jail as we speak. The girl's a la Megan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Tara. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it is truly some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says, or perhaps she works with an accomplice. She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder. Ah, Miss Elliot, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see the wrinkles beneath your eyes. Wow. We might very well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor. Ahem. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny in a common desire for justice. Ample appendages whirly wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Avila and Ulty, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze me, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultros should still be at the Colosseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencesoever he came. So back to the Colosseum. Woo. Boop. Do the Colosseum again. Ah. He's like staring at this chick. Shh, friend, and look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of a squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulty is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix, I guess that's how you would say that, before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? He speaks! Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in panic. Our friend Ulty appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag, or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu, we must pursue. Where are we going? And then we're gonna go back to the front of the car. Like, really? Make up your mind! Mr. Ulty seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. Ha! Ew. Marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. I like how this one's carrying a cast iron skillet. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls anyway? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them? Crazy. So now we're gonna see what the hell this octopus is up to. Poor misunderstood Ulty. Here we suspected him of criminal activity when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Ulty, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, yes. Now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow back at the Coliseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Coliseum and speak with Dower Meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avila's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls. Isn't that what she just said? Don't think Uncle Ulty didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Or am I? Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Ulty dream? Well, kids, hate to ink and run. Then again, I am an octopus. I really would like to know the backstory of this guy. Because I remember him in Final Fantasy 3/6, him chasing around the little girl that was a summoner. I forgot what her name was. It's been so long. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yes, what is it this time? I'm a busy man. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over the coffer and coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn you, though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance away from that one. That poor bugger Gainland tried to interview her for an article. Thought that the girl was going to rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might be just the ticket. I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lies even be lured to our presence. Let us be off. Alright, so now we gotta go to the, place. I draw a blank. There we go. Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you? There is no cause for concern. The spoil shall be mine. It may as well be writ in stone. I want this top. My character needs this top. Right here. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era, just as Rauban Alden won a new life for himself in the Colosseum. I shall win a new life for our people. The prize I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Oldens no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister. Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of failing her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come on, we have a suspect to pursue. How can they not see me with my big-ass bow of rock? It's like I ripped Titan's arm off and stuck it on my back. Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Ulty's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Ulty's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Yet another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu. Heavens no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're on to me. Preposterous. Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave ho! Uh-oh. You gotta be kidding me! Well now. So where... Oh, the mines. Okay. We gotta go all the way up to the mines. To the mines! It is right up here. That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Eshtames, sun-silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the old-on upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds of thousands cheering your name, I am proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this is all the wealth I ask for. That is your problem. You've always been too quick to settle for less than you're worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now, I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhears us. That's my Avi, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. And there's Ultros in the background. Inspector, did you just hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Ulty has had it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall in this pit and die like a good little girl? I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer. Closer. Oh, jeez. Not you, you idiot. Ahem, no need for concern, friends. I was simply taking the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now shall we return to Ulda? The mithril cup will be starting before long. The last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm going to show mercy on you, you've got everything coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. I so love how they kept his personality from Final Fantasy III to this. Wait a minute. I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around. Give me a break. Alright, so now we gotta go... Oh, Jesus, all the way down here. Oh, this will be fun. Whee! I'll just zippity-doo-dah, though. I think my mountain speed is fast. Faster than normal. As I get stuck on a rock. Yes, is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. Ah! Oh my god, he's got like two bumps on his head now. This time you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Coliseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all day. Oh my god. I couldn't tell that was like a scorpion or a chimera or what. Oh, chimera. My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. And what brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear, and with that we must return to Ulda. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Right? Oh ho, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. God, just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, if ever there were one. Who goes there? Oh, it's a green chicken! That must be Greg is close. Hildy, Tara, I have been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I'm not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, 'cause this might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who could remember my... call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Tara is a formidable foe. That sounded like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as a sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Tara, I will not fall so easily this time. There goes the green chicken. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full, all 8 of them, but if that adventurer is too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring a friend, or bring along a friend. A supplely twisting ring calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Nobody here but us octopodes? Uh-oh. Is he gonna chase him? Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend. Yep, he's gonna chase him. Jesus. Muscleheads, I hate them. I gotta feel bad for Ultros. Kind of feel bad. Okay, now I gotta go back to the Coliseum. It was nice to get out of the city for like 5 minutes. Boop, boop, boop. Good heavens! Chancing upon father like that? I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem that festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? Alright. Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Coliseum and apprise ourselves on the rules of engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their level. Doop doop doop. I glow. Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I am one shabby-looking octopus, I tell you. They don't pay me enough for this. But all that's gonna change soon, isn't it, buddy? Funga? Oh, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us to ye gods. Who gave you those ghastly bruises? Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost. I'm a busy octopus. Funga? Ouch, you have my sympathies, good sir. Is it challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8? Is there someone inside your office? No. Whatever gave you that idea? I am simply, fumigating the place for pests. Pests like yourself. Now don't you have a battle to go fight? Thunga! Inspector, I think something's alive in there. That's just me, talking to myself. Yes. Funga. Gods. Yes, gods. Working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work? I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Tara, if you would come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air might be contagious. What does he want? Well, has your investigation borne any fruit? Let's tell him everything. I see. Avila wants to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for the wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamigan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the mithril cup and its lucrative prize. It's not as preposterous as it sounds. I have done some research on our eight-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Ulda's taverns and houses of pleasure. I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning herself a healthy commission. There is also the matter of the Tempest Blade that is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Tara. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It is a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me. So I have to go digging through fucking trash now? Ugh. Alright, let's go take the teleport thingy. Great. I gotta go sift through trash. Ugh. Colosseum refuse. Let's sift through the trash. Because what fun would that be? Is that a dead rat on the floor? Oh no, that's a beer bottle. Because people can't bother to throw their trash away properly. Well, at least it's not a dead rat. Back to the Gladiators Guild. Well, let me see what you have found. Here's your trash. Now what have we here? Ah yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails. And what's this? A sack even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in, if that can be believed. And look here, something appears to be written on the inside. Singot Sundries. It would seem this merchant has had dealings with that squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as the exact nature of their partnership. Okay, back to the fucking marketplace. Hey, asshole, why don't you get off your ass and come with me? How hard would it have been for you just to wait at Pearl Lane? Or maybe dig through some shit yourself. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? Here's your sack of shit. I'm sorry, madam, but if I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait now, did Ultros send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? With the impressive price in that and distinctive aroma, they're only for the most disconcerting of customers, which Mr. Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Could these truffles somehow be connected to? No. I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Breyer, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me, and to steal Tara away here. This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? I want to know what they smell like now. Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. That is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many an indulgent gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. Yes, let us make haste. Let's run our little butts there. Alright, well that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time which is in short supply, we must return to the Colosseum before the battle begins. Here is the plan, Tara. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade. Understood? Well, that's easy. I'm ranged! Alright, so Gladiators, there it is. Gladiators Guild. I have no idea where the fuck I'm going. Oh, okay, so that's space right here. There we go. There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. I'd be remiss not to tell you that there has been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just poured in, and bookmakers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Whoops. I wish he could lock this. Word has it that Master Firegeist himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Dower Meadow it is. What say you? Are you ready to get your arses kicked? I am ready for battle. Let's go! Aye, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Yeah. Look at me with my big bow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats, I don't know, and poppers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-terrible friends at Imagina and Sons Minimal Concern. Your concern is our concern, is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, Terror, the famed warrior light? Or who was that grinning fool again? Oh, that's right. Humberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. That's funny. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the eight-legged purple purveyor of pain? Here I am, did you miss me? Aye, I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then, when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. Well, this ought to be interesting. Look at Avila's blade spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They bring him tough in Al Amigo, that's for sure. You are next. Look at my amazing flaming bow. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezed up a storm. Literally. Nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting has given Uncle Ulty an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make 'em. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. That meddling musclehead. What's taking him so damn long? The girl's gaze gives it away. Open the gate at once. Funga? What is that monstrosity? Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Ulty. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Uh-oh. Could it be? Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade? It was that monster all along? The girl played us for fools. Don't look at me, it was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. Of course he would. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower. Has Uncle Ulty ever lied to you? What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamigan whore. Alamigans, beggars and brutes, a lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the things we get? Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. But I just wanted to... my sister. I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out for her. But the rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Ulty may be so bold... I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Terra here. What do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light? Aye, that's what we want to see. Ultros, Ultros, Ultros. Well, this is the most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Halatali. The fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. And he's stuck up on the ceiling. Poor guy. So, to review, let's change that camera angle, or try to, my big ass bow's in the way! I guess that's the best I'm going to be able to do. So, to review, the truffles were to elicit its needs from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from the Alamigan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Tara. Let us make for Halatali. I remember where Halatali fucking is. Isn't it over by Alamigo? Pretty sure. Little Alamigo. No, that was... Oh shit, no. I think it was south of Camp Drybone, now that I think of it. Yep. Karn was the one over by Alamigo. It's been so long since we've been there! And it's raining! Alright, which way is out? Out? It's nighttime and it's raining, so I glow. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could give a gnat's arse. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds. Alright, the dragon's neck. So this is going to be a trial, and I'm going to hop in the queue, and we'll be back when it pops. Here we are, doing the dragon's neck. So, combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the dragon's neck. If all the members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit the match. So, seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. I love the fight music. So this fight's pretty tank and spank. One tank is going to be taking Typhoon, the other one's going to be taking Ultros. Every now and then you're going to be turned into like an imp or whatever. And if you turn into an imp, you have to get in front of Ultros and let him blow bubbles at you while you're punching him in the face. That's pretty much what I've always done. It's weird. And yeah, and try not to get knocked off the platform. If everyone gets knocked off the platform, then match over. Okay, so I got turned into something. And just punch him in the face. And there are bubbles on you. I got knocked off. Ugh, and I got turned into an imp again. Blow bubbles on me! Yeah, I'm not gonna go into the portal window sneeze. Oh, there we go. Ah. It's frustrating. Whack the AoE. Yeah. And they drop pets, too. Thwarted again! I feel like such a sucker. Aww. And Tara claims the Mithril Cup. Yeah. Alrighty, and that's the dragon's neck. Okay, let us finish this. Good show, Tara. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the award ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. Okay. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. And now, let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Yay! What did I win? What did I win? Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Firegeist himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure, the likes of which our realm has never seen, one that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer. Oh, the ring. Yes, because I totally want a ring. Above you. Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged on overlong, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now, I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Vile fiend, mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Manderville name. Uh-oh. I think not, Hildibrand. Greg? 'Tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. Oh my gosh. Tara, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. But why would you want to puncture my boobies? Do you not mean your skewer? Oh my goodness. My spear! I don't have it, I have a bow. Vile thief, is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once. I love how they run around in circles. Oh ho, it seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Now it's turning truffles? But the battle's already... Mr. Typhon. Just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. And he's gonna sneeze. There goes that ring. I wonder if people realize that all that wind and stuff is like typhoons, not. Alas and alack, the ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. Oh my god. But of course, brilliant father, if the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why, it'll be just like Dalamud. Hildibrand Helodor Maximilian Manderville. Skyward as only a Manderville can. Wow. And he surpasses the ring. Father, you know not your own strength. Whoops. $997, $998, $999, $90. Flailing through the air. Ugh, jeez. There's the chicken with the truffle. So we got a purple and a green guy. Red and orange, maybe? Yes, let's all look at their crotch. That's a great camera view. I'm expecting like hairy balls to drop out any second now. These legs, they look strangely familiar. Ha, put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Save for one thing, this ring is a fake. But no matter, I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you have been a most attentive audience. That key! Bloody hells! Guard, seize the fiend at once. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, it's gone. Second prize? What is the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true, and Master Goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous. It's just, the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. He looks like a mess. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that insidious octopus, all for a false treasure. What a fool I have been. Whatever was I thinking? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegelina and nothing more. I suppose I was at that. How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tell you to the Nanawa mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I truly was fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly the second prize, this ring of inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen, a pattern that betrays his true intentions. The treaty blade, Azima's virtue, the ring of inquiry, all relics with quite a history, or to be more precise, relics from the era of the Baladians. Baladians? If that is so, the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found is Eorzea's greatest museum of Beladian history, pushing up the prizes and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. Why is she always falling asleep? That's a big card. And no one notices. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So, this is the thief's final challenge to us. But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Baladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that, and yet it seems the Phantom believes that there is some truth in these words. Four sacred relics from Beladia, the Warden's justice, lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day, if rumors are to be believed. It would seem the tales of a master thief rifling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far: an olden collector and her hired thugs, a trading mule and the brass blades, and now a mining magnate and the stone torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of ordinary Oldons would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our query clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the syndicate, perhaps the Sultana herself? Haha, then it will be to his downfall, for the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Ahem, just one moment if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces. There is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladia, and it shall be Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Ah, methinks Godbert may need a new pair of spectacles. Yay! That's the end of episode 4. It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Belladia, as the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed. Will a Orzia fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will a hero do what only a Manderville can? The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually look like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well, see you next time. Alright, and that concludes episode 4 of the Hildibrand Manderville questline. So when we come back, we will be picking up and finding out, obviously, I think this would probably be the conclusion of it. So, see you next time. And this is Ziltor. Bye!